Okay. Now, as you all vividly recall,
Yes.
It has been a long time.
it's been a while. But you all wangled your way into a tour of Dr. Seversen's laboratory, where you were able to scope out the place. And Dr. Zanbil was able to acquire herself a sample of Dr. Seversen's DNA in order to use her personal copier that Tony Sparkplugs equipped you with. And then as you were all leaving the laboratory, you ended up in the lab access room, at which point political candidate Maury Hauptmann collapsed, and then a strange malevolent ethereal being left his body. And that was quickly pursued by Mr. Temitape, whose first name escapes me right now.
Theophilus.
Theophilus. Temitape. It just rolls off the tongue.
Let's pronounce it Temitope.
Temitope. We shall do that then. That way we can think of him in colors. So Temi and Taupe. So Mr. Temitope revealed to you that the creature he was pursuing, he believed to be a astral vampire, and he was hoping to acquire a one of Dr. Seversen's etheric traps because he believed that he could perhaps capture it using that, although he seems to be a bit of a flake. So he has run off down the corridor, hot in pursuit of this astral vampire, which is nowhere to be seen. Hauptmann is lying on the floor, just regaining his composure, and he is being attended to by Madame Velasca and one of her girls, who goes by the name of Harmony. And also with you is Deep, the young Indian gent, who is constantly urging E to join him in performing an Akashic wave with his friends. And so we have Joe Fredrickson, Dr. Zambil, Iggy, and Mops Macker standing on the platform in the lab access room in a state of disarray. And that is where we left, and that is where we shall begin.
Right. So did who was it? Now, boy, I really can't keep these. Oh yeah, it's Theophilus. So did Theophilus go running off trying to find the vampire?
Yeah, he's nowhere to be seen at the moment.
Right.
Did we try to report the astral vampire to Dr. What's her name?
You did not. You have done nothing yet at all. You're still.
The idea came up, I think.
Just in the lab. It was definitely brought up. Yes. I will tell you that it is now quite well into the evening. It's about 7:00 in the evening on day 2 of the conference.
Is Lisa with us, or did she remain upstairs?
Lisa remained upstairs.
Did Lisa's avatar happen to witness the vampire?
No, you mean the hologram? No.
Yeah.
That was not present. The only people who witnessed the vampire apart from yourselves would have been Deep and Madame Velasca and her girl Harmony.
I see. And
do they seem perturbed at all by this?
A little. They seem as confused and bewildered as you do.
Okay.
And Seversen was upstairs too, still upstairs, right?
No, Seversen, I believe, had left the lab after she gave you the brief tour. She went off, as she has always done throughout this entire scenario, where
Okay.
she's been flying from visitor to visitor.
I could go and seek out Dr. Seversen and inform her of the vampire. Although, do we want her to be on higher alert? It does strike me that it could be a good distraction if that's what they're looking for. It could cut either way, is what I am saying.
Yes, I don't. The astral vampire, such as it may be, may just be a distraction from our task at hand. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything this unusual since I visited the slab bulkhead wing of the British Museum.
Oh, poor Slab.
I'm here all day.
Oh, Slab.
Well, I think I think if we make too much of a fuss over it, then they're going to be on higher alert around the lab. Because what's his name went chasing it, and that's going to, maybe they'll be watching him, thinking he's going to take in, what is it, an etheric trap.
Etheric trap.
Yeah, the ghost trap.
The thing we want.
Ghost trap. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, because he clearly wants one of the traps. We want the traps, and that's what catches astral vampires. So if we tell Seversen, she's going to be like, "Oh no, Theophilus is going to go look for my etheric traps," and she's going to be on higher alert. So don't tell her.
Okay. Well, let
Does
us.
seem like now's our time though. Like we gotta do this now, right?
But Lisa is still upstairs.
Hmm.
Perhaps we should discuss our plans over dinner.
Madame Velasca and her girl help Nari Hauptmann to his feet, and Madame Velasca tells Harmony to escort him back to his room and assures him that Harmony will take care of all of his cuts and bruises and aches and pains and make him feel better. And as they're leaving the room, she shoots you a wary glance. Perhaps she has overheard your conversation.
Madame
That'd
Velasca,
be really, wouldn't it?
a word perhaps
Yes?
privately.
Yes.
This is a stressful situation. I am thinking these guards, especially the ones downstairs, they could perhaps use the comfort of your services.
And why are you concerned? Why does the comfort of strangers concern you?
They are not strangers, for we have talked about security before. We have similar interests, the guards and I.
And how would you be compensating for these services?
I, of course, am capable. Well, I'm not capable. I have resources at my command. I would love to compensate you more than adequately for your services in this matter.
And how many of my girls would you be in need of?
Oh,
Geez, how many
maybe
guards
just
are there?
2, 1 for each guard, mostly for chit-chat. However, if the guards required more comfort, that would be okay, of course.
Well, Harmony is busy, but Liberty and Egality are still available.
I love their names. I love them already.
Shall you be paying with cash or
In advance.
credit?
I shall pay you credit in advance. You know who I am.
Very well. And Madame Velasca reaches down into her gown and pulls out a cell phone with one of those little One of those little PayPal things in the top.
Oh yeah, sure. Like Stripe or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and she takes your card and swipes it, and then turns it back to you and pulls a hairpin out of her hair and gives it to you, and you see that it's actually a little pen. And she asks you to sign on her cell phone.
I do, and I make sure she notices that I leave her a tip.
Okay.
Classy, Mops.
Yes. Just a small tip.
I give her the tip if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay. Fine.
No, I give her a large tip if you know what I'm saying.
Woof woof.
If you catch the cut of my jib.
Yes. Yeah, we do. We cut it immediately. Immediately. So okay, and then she hands it back to you, and she says, "And when would you like my girls to arrive?"
Oh, I am certain they will be most tired around, say, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. That is when they are going to need the most pick-me-up, I am certain.
Very well. And you wish the girls to just visit them at the guard station?
Yes, make themselves available.
Downstairs?
Please.
In the main lobby?
Yes, please.
Okay. Very well.
Madam
I am
Velasquez.
sure you will not be disappointed. And I do hope we see each other again very, very soon.
I was just going to express the same sentiment. It would honor me much if, when I am back in New York City, you would pay me and my pack a visit.
Woof woof.
Yowza.
Yowza is right.
Mops, you're so smooth.
Well, that sounds so exotic, Herr Macker. I am intrigued. And with that, she bids you adieu and ventures off down the hallway.
Now we still got Deep here as well. It was just
Deep was
observed
escorted.
all of this.
Was it Deep escorted? Oh,
No, Deep is still here.
Oh my goodness.
Theopolis and Hauptmann, the quasi-fascist RIP candidate.
Oh yeah. So anyway, the idea was that, not that I was specifically trying to hide or keep anything secret from the companions, but I did intend to just kind of walk her off just a few feet away into a corner. So if you guys heard any of that, that's great, but I wasn't specifically making this loud. The idea being I didn't want Deep to know about it, but or anybody else to really know about it.
Okay,
so you can,
then Deep,
the rest of you can decide what you heard.
Then Deep is completely unaware of it.
I did hear you say that at the outset, Mops. So
yep.
His mind is just blown by what he has witnessed with the astral vampire.
Mm-hmm.
So that took about 2 or 3 minutes. So did anything
Sure.
happen with you guys in those 2 or 3 minutes with Deep in particular, or do I come back and report?
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
hello?
Yeah, he's waiting for an answer from you guys.
Oh, I don't believe so. I think we were just talking about the strange vampire that we just saw.
Okay.
Deep is very, very animated, and he says, "Oh, I must tell my friends about this. That it's a form of energy I have never witnessed before." And he goes barreling out of the room excitedly.
Uh-oh. We kind of didn't want that.
My friends, I have, perhaps rashly,
Sure, it'll be fine.
but I was inspired to employ Madame Velasquez's services to aid us in distracting the guards downstairs.
Cool.
Very good.
I cannot vouch for how completely successful it will be, but it certainly could not hurt.
Excellent.
All right. What time? So I think I overheard you talking about like 10 o'clock with her, right?
Yes, it should be safe anytime after 11 for us to proceed.
Okay.
All right.
Now, wasn't there another distraction that we were going to implement? Or was that kind of it? Were we going to use the gas bombs?
The shit gas?
Yes, thank
My
you.
understanding is that we would proceed upstairs. We get entry because of the copier, and then we proceed to knock out the guards upstairs and make off with our booty.
Okay.
Is this
Do
my
you,
understanding? Do I understand correctly?
Yeah.
I believe so. I just needed a recap.
So you're still staying in the you're still staying in the lab access area, or are you going to go and regroup and
I've hopefully. Oh yeah.
make
What
sure
is-
you have your necessary equipment?
Yes. Regroup. Have necessary equipment. Get food. Also, we need to make sure that Tony Sparkplugs is aware that we will need a getaway.
All right. So
I'll go talk.
Who's going to go talk to Tony Sparkplugs?
Oh, I'll go talk to him.
oh, you
Yeah.
can only reach him with the walkie-talkie or whatever that he
Oh,
gave
yeah.
you. So other than that,
Actually,
he's
yeah.
incommunicado.
Just checking in. Is Fred with us? Can you hear us, Rob?
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Laser Dino is gone.
I saw him go mute for a second. Okay,
Hmm.
well we can wait.
Okay.
He says stand by. Actually, he says stand by, whatever that means.
Hmm,
Stand Bataille.
we can wait.
Ah,
It's fine.
it's Old English sailor slang.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Check. Hey, yeah, I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
there we
Oh,
go.
there you
Hey,
go.
welcome back. There he is. Hope you haven't been talking up a storm.
Yeah, no, I think if you guys follow my plan point for point, it can't fail. Frankly, There's- I don't think I can repeat that. It's too personal.
Can't believe we're putting Rob on the spot like that.
Uh,
Okay, so it was decided that you would all regroup and
Mhm.
make sure you have all of your necessary equipment, and go to I guess there's a fantastic pizza ranch nearby. You were all going to go get some
A pizza
get
ranch?
something to eat.
Pizza
Pe-
ranch.
Are you
Pizza
shitting
ranches
me?
are everywhere.
They are the worst. I have never had food worse than at a pizza ranch. And
Oh, on Amarja, they're fine dining.
oh my god. Mops
They're
wants
like-
to leave Alamarja as soon
they're
as
like the-
possible.
They're like they're like the red lobster of Olive Garden.
Oh, oh,
Oh, that's top shit. That's top shit. I love it.
Exactly, it is. It's top shelf.
oh.
Ah,
Mops's health is clearly declined. Showing
Yes,
up.
Alamarja is actually somewhere in rural Iowa. But you were going to go get some food and regroup and make sure you have all your gear. And then
Yes.
I assume this heist is going down.
Oh, down it will go.
And you were
I know,
going
it's
to,
gonna
I
be
assume
down.
you were going to implement it at approximately 10 p.m., were you?
I want to. Well, I at least want to observe that the hired help are present before we actually do anything. Like, make sure they're there.
Mhm.
We shouldn't have to hurry. Like, I don't expect them to be there for like 5 minutes. So
Right.
I said 10 or 11. I didn't really say specifically. So
Okay. Okay. So if you want to go over your gear, I know Iggy has those boots, and he's got what are you?
Got
You like a crowbar or something? What have you got?
I don't think
You've got
never really-
something in your pants, don't you?
Oh God,
Tom.
Rob.
just a tip.
anti-gravity boots and a
crowbar-
bat.
Oh, it was a bat, but
Uh,
then. Oh yeah, it was a
can
base.
it be a crowbar?
It could be a crowbar. It could be anything you want, Iggy.
Okay.
It's what,
Bludgeoning up.
it's whatever you think you would be most comfortable with.
and that can fit in your pants.
I think he'd
Yeah.
put it in his pants, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
No
yeah.
question about it.
I mean, he's usually not wearing a shirt, so where else is he gonna go?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
it's
crowbar sounds perfect.
or like some kind of like kosh or some kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
You know,
here is.
it's about
Oh, go ahead.
12 inches long and quite thick.
They love it.
So here is
Okay.
what I am thinking. It's Iggy with the boots will be the one to actually make off with our treasure.
Okay.
In other words, we go in, we subdue guards. Iggy lowers himself to the ground, outside immediately, and if necessary, even leaves without the rest of us. For we could feign ignorance, it seems to me, pretty easily.
All right.
Does that seem reasonable?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and we're meeting Tony in a van, right?
Mhm.
I seem to recall that.
Right.
Cool.
And we're all
Wait,
wearing
among
our
our-
silk gloves.
Amongst our weapons, which ones are we using?
All right.
Using
Well, I've got my
The shit
Okay.
gas grenades, are those the ones?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Now you are also equipped with those little
CNC GMs. I'm looking at the email.
Yeah,
little
me
Compact
too.
little
nasal
little-
cavity gas mask.
yes, those little things that go right up your nose.
Mhm.
So they'll filter
Yes.
out 99% of all gases,
Hmm.
So I'm only going to shit myself by
except the ones you need to breathe.
1%.
I was about to ask, like, including air?
No.
Did we get any extra data from the heist mate that was worthwhile? I think it just gave us like the counts of guards. Really.
Well, I thought there was a passcode that we got from it.
Oh yeah, passcode, right? Exactly.
We actually got that, right?
I believe we did.
You got a
I must say,
passcode. You got a passcode to the lab, and then and then you got her DNA. So
Yes.
Dr. Zambil is
Uh-huh.
wearing the personal copier, so
Right.
she will be able to look like Dr. Seversen for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And she can use the passcode to get
what's
in.
the time? What's the time limit on that?
A couple of hours. Let's say an
Oh,
hour.
that will
Let's
be
say
plenty
an
of time.
hour.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll say an hour. And then you all have the let's assume you all have the passcode that gets you into the lab. That opens the the experimental storage area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then
Is there any
there
other
was
prep we need? Go ahead.
there was one other in the experimental storage area. There was one other locked experiment which you were not privy to.
That's
I will
right.
just remind you of that. Okay. Just making notes. All right. Do as you will.
All right. So, I mean, it sounds like, is there anything we need to prepare before we go in at 10-ish or whatever?
I don't think so. I will offer to keep watch of the guard station to make sure that they are at least getting engaged. And I don't know if you want me to remain down here in case things go awry, or if you want me to come with into the room, the lab. What do you think?
It probably makes sense to have at least one person that can even kind of shout back and let us know if someone's coming.
We were taught, yeah,
That
yeah. And since I'm one of the fightiest ones, I think I might be the best. And I don't have the boots, so I think I might be the best person for that.
Okay.
all right.
So I will alert you all when you can begin the heistening, and also will be on alert to give you details and in case I'll be the guy around who can make sure everything else is going to go fine too.
Okay.
Okay.
That works for me.
So that means Joe and I are going into the lab.
And taking Iggy with you, unless Iggy's just going to levitate outside the balcony, which is possible, but it seemed that you might want a third person in there just in case.
No, yeah, I'm gonna go with them because I think it just makes more sense rather than splitting us up in a bunch of different spots.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
A little bit of
That works.
confusion, yeah.
So you have Madame Velasquez's girls hired to distract the guards in the security room
Mhm.
on the main floor of the mansion.
Mhm.
Okay. And
And I'm going to
you-
be stationed right near there so I can keep an eye on that room.
you're just gonna be hanging around in the lobby.
I would like to have the heist mate on me so I can monitor their communications.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Now,
That's not the
there
heist it's
are-
on.
There are also you need to remember that there is also a guard office in the main lab.
Right.
Right. Shit grenades.
Shit grenades.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to give you any unpleasant surprises. Only
Yeah.
pleasant surprises.
Well, shit grenades
Okay.
should be pretty unpleasant.
Oh, they're going to be very unpleasant.
We
very,
do have-
very.
We do have masks so that we do not breathe in the shit gas.
Yeah,
Right.
the
Yeah.
nose thing.
They're discreet, so
The nose plugs.
they're nose plugs.
Okay.
Okay, and so Zanbil, aided by Joe and Iggy, are going to head up into the main laboratory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And are we okay? And Iggy's got whatever his. Have you decided what this is going to be? It's some kind of bat. Okay, it's some kind of bat.
Yeah, it's like
Cricket.
Let's say
sure, yeah.
even better. Let's make it a telescopic bat. So it just
Ooh,
Like
There
one of
you
those,
go.
like those thin metal rods or something, right?
there you go. Yeah,
About.
yeah.
yeah,
And then
It's-
Joe.
yeah. It's like a collapsible baton, but it's just fucking bigger. Oh, I love that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Joe has his
Sword cane.
sword cane as always. Okay. And Dr. Zamble just has your wits.
Yeah, because I'm that lousy a fighter, you know. I don't know.
Okay.
Can't I have a switchblade or a garrote or something?
You can, sure. I suppose, right?
Just a big
Here.
ass
I can get
sledgehammer.
you one of my many weapons that I've apparently been carrying around. Like I got a crowbar, I got a kosh.
You got an Egyptian axe. No, wait, that's the wrong game.
Lanyards.
Oh, yeah,
Lanyards.
lanyards.
Yeah, I could like spin the lanyards around. That'll intimidate them.
Yeah.
Actually, hell, you catch one of those plastic edges. That's kind of smart.
In the eye. Hell yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I guess I just have my wits then.
Okay. So we wait word from. Wait, who's gonna watch to make sure that the
This mops.
mop's gonna wait for the? Okay, got it.
And meanwhile, you guys are doing what?
Waiting nearby non-suspiciously.
You're just gonna be waiting upstairs in the lobby.
Sure. Unless anybody has a
Or-
better idea.
Well, yeah, I think Yiggy would just kind of follow the flow of the crowd. Because like,
Or are you
is this the
or are you
kind of
all
group
just
that like?
okay? I don't quite understand where everyone is at this point. I know that Mops is in the lobby, presumably by the elevators, watching the security room.
Watch.
Okay, what time?
It will
Because
be
at this hour of the evening, nobody should really be venturing upstairs other than to make their way to the guest house. So
Well, we
So
should
this-
probably go down in the lobby and have a drink and dinner. A drink, not many drinks.
Let's get slammed.
okay, and while you're doing this, Mops is watching the guard room.
Well, no,
Huh?
because we should sit somewhere where we can keep an eye on the guard room in case, Madame Velasca does anything weird.
Well, that was
mean-
that was what Mops was gonna do, though. I thought.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think we're
Mark is
over. I
doing.
think we're overthinking
Yeah, but we're
this.
not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
We could all have dinner together
Okay.
as a group. That's great. We all have drinks. We can socialize. Around by 10 o'clock, I intend to station myself where I can keep an eye, as we discussed, and everybody else should just be somewhere that's no one's going to miss them if they move from that location. Maybe just
Okay.
outside. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where that is necessarily. We can decide.
Okay.
I give the signal. The copier is activated. Off we go.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mops is watching the security room. You get to the lobby, and you're across from the security room, and it's a little after 10. It's like 5 after 10, and you notice that the security room door is slightly ajar, and the fluorescent light inside seems to be flickering on and off.
Hmm.
We're in a David Lynch movie.
Does the heist mate give me any indication that there's communications happening?
No, there doesn't seem to be any communications going on at all.
If I use my superior Mop's hearing and smell, can I sense anything from that room, from where I'm at?
You smell blood,
Oh.
Oh wow.
and you just hear the crackling of white noise on two-way radios.
Oh wow.
You know what? I will go and look.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go and you look and you gingerly nudge the door slightly more ajar, and inside you see that the security room is in disarray, and the two security guards are splayed out on the floor,
Oh boy.
badly beaten and bleeding.
Oh boy.
They both look like they're alive, but they're deeply unconscious.
Okay.
Wow.
Via communications, we may have been made. We must move now, and I will be joining you.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
swing into action.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
I
Let's
urge
go.
caution. It's possible we have been discovered.
hmm
Okay,
Alright,
so
so-
you will pile into the elevator.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
So wait, the guards were they coherent? Could we try to talk to them, or
Nope, they were utterly
Okay.
unconscious.
All right.
Also, I do
I
not
mean,
wish
you-
to waste time talking to them.
You could attempt to if you wanted to. but
Okay,
no,
I'm just going
I
to say
think-
out loud in case there's any cameras. We must investigate and avenge this cruel attack.
Nice one, Joe.
No,
Alright.
there was one camera in the security room, but it had been ripped from the wall.
Aha.
So while we're in the elevator going up, I guess I better activate my little copier so that we don't, the doors don't open and I change in front of anybody's eyes.
Good thinking.
Okay, and then the elevator door is open, and you were in the lobby, and you were in front of the lab access room. And again, the door of the lab access room is slightly ajar, and you hear a repetitive hydraulic hissing coming from inside the room.
Oh boy. All right. Shall we check that out?
Yeah.
What do I smell?
Nothing.
Okay.
All right.
what-
I'm
what-
putting in my or let's all put in our mask.
You smell various
nose mask.
hydraulic gases.
Okay. In we go.
Yeah, I'm putting in my
Okay.
mask.
Oh, of course. I
Okay.
mean, we have our stuff in. Yeah, yeah.
You all have your masks in, and you go in, and you see that the lab access platform appears to have been overridden in some way and is just repetitively going down to the floor and then back up into the lab above and down
that's
to
handy.
the floor and back up into the lab above. It's not moving very quickly either, so it is possible that you can get on
Jump on
it.
it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And
Yeah.
just it goes up again, and then you hear a thud. You hear a heavy thud, and as it comes down again, there is one of Dr. Severson's security team lying sprawled on it, completely unconscious and bloodied.
We,
Oh,
And then it elevates back up.
yes, up we
and then
go.
back down again.
I'm drawing my sword.
Yep, up we
Oh,
go.
you're drawing your sword? Okay.
Hell yeah, something bad's going on up here.
All right.
I'm drawing my collapsible bat.
Hell yes.
Oh, you're awesome. Okay, and you. The platform reaches up into the lab.
And make sure, by the way, that Zanville has at least 2 grenades, one for each hand.
Okay.
thank you.
And you notice that the lab is in complete disarray,
Oh boy.
and you see more guards lying unconscious. And just as the platform which you're still on begins to descend again, another guard comes flying through the air from around the corner by you and goes smashing into the wall, and then he disappears from sight as the platform leads you back down into the lab
platform?
access again.
Jump off
And
the
then the-
platform.
I was planning on hopping off the platform.
Okay,
Yeah,
the platform goes up again, and you all hop off, and you are now in the
Thank you.
lab.
Yes.
And the lab is just filled with smoke and just not very thick smoke, just from like electrical smoke, small electrical fires, and there's just general disarray, and the entire security team appear to be unconscious, including you can see Lisa in one corner, and she is very much unconscious. And then standing at the center of the room is Madame Velasca, and she is attired entirely in a one-piece black leather jumpsuit.
That's a cliche.
Oh, damn right, yeah. And then suspended from the ceiling above her are her also identically attired are her 3 Velasca girls, and she points at you and she says, "Harmony, liberty, equality, finish them." And they all descend like spiders from the ceiling, and each one confronts each of you.
Zanville.
Yes.
Now.
I throw one of the shit gas bombs.
Oh God. Okay. you throw the shit gas bombs, and you throw one of the shit gas grenades, and it explodes in just a cloud of like dense green smoke that fills the room. And Madame Velasca just chortles at you
Uh-oh.
and says, "Ha, you amateurs! Didn't you think we would have foreseen this?"
Well, not shit gas bomb. Nobody foresees shit gas bombs.
Oh, they do here.
Didn't you tell us to trust no one? And I leap to attack the whichever one's coming at me.
Okay, so you're going to
If they're
attack.
attacking, it appears that they're attacking us, right?
Yes, they are
Okay.
attacking you. Oh, you're gonna go. Joe
And
is
I'm
gonna go first.
And I'm assuming they don't. They know that I'm not Dr. Seversen.
I'm gonna guess that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they all know who you are.
So yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
obviously, Jaws of Doom available.
All right. Okay, so Joe is you're gonna go on your 2d6,
Uh-oh.
and
Everything rides on this. Don't fuck this up.
Okay.
Sort of.
Oh, You are
Ooh,
good.
not bad.
You are good. You're good. You would have needed an 8. So, but you also have a 3.
Wait, that's
Yes.
bad, right?
Yep. 3 is bad. So, equality kicks you backwards with a, I don't know, some kind of kung fu ninja thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you stumble and you fall to the floor, and then she flies into the air and does a spin and comes down upon you in order to deal you a killing blow. And you draw your
Whoa.
sword cane and run her through.
Aha.
But as she is falling, the weight of her body snaps your sword cane in 2.
Ha.
Oh.
And she goes crashing to the floor, dead. But your
I'm
sword
unarmed.
cane is done.
I just made my last payments on that.
So
Okay.
that
Yeah.
poor
That's a good-
equality.
That's a fine trade-off. And she got mixed up with the wrong crowd.
Oof. And then Harmony, who you're all well familiar with, lurches towards Mops.
Do I
So
roll?
what's Mops gonna do here?
Oh, do I roll my?
Yep, you
Yep.
can roll your 2d6 whenever
You
you're
got it.
ready.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
pretty good. Couple 4s even.
Pair of 4s, baby.
Ooh. that's a double good twist.
You've put my sword back together.
Your bite was so cool.
Oh, I would like this to be. I mean, I went for the throat again, but if I had my druthers, not only am I dealing with Harmony, but I'm approaching, like just swiping her aside to get straight to Madame
Mm-hmm.
Alaska too.
Harmony doesn't even have a chance against Mops. Mops just, but it's your story. Go for it.
Okay, so
You've won this one, so
she's leaping at me. What I want to have
Mhm.
happen is I duck just under her. She's
Right.
starting to come over me and to crap for it, and what I end up doing is I end up ripping out her guts. So there's some intestine in my mouth.
Oh.
She collapses, and I'm still moving forward with a bit of intestine hanging out of my mouth, going for Madame Alaska.
Okay. Well, Madame Velasca is going to hit you with a psychic wave.
Ooh, that could be
So
bad.
I'm gonna need you to roll.
Okay.
Because Madame Velasca and her girls, in case you have not figured out by now, are
Yes.
mover
What?
agents.
So this is just a straight 2d6 again? Yep.
Yep.
Oof.
Oh, we're back
That's
to our
bad.
5 now.
Oh.
That's super bad.
From
From super good to super bad.
Yeah.
Poor Mops just collapses to the floor. It's like you just hit a wall. Just ran straight into a concrete wall, and you just collapse right to the floor. And as you fall to the floor, all of your memories of how you were created and all of the pain you suffered
No.
during the experiments that were put on you, all of those that near 1.5 centuries ago go coursing through your brain.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, that's
So you're a
gonna be
little
bad.
bit sorry. You're a little bit disabled here.
Yes,
So
I think that's fair.
So we have
He makes these horrible sounds.
oh.
Yeah. It's Rutrow Shaggy.
Oh,
Okay. Well, it's not Shaggy. It's Iggy.
what'd you do to my dog, man?
So where are we? Oh, where are they now? Harmony's gone. Very gruesomely. So Liberty is making her way towards Dr. Zambil.
Oh, great.
And Dr. Zambil's quite helpless here.
Yeah, does anyone
But,
want to step in and
can
help me out?
Well,
Can Iggy show up and hit her
yeah,
in the back of the head with a
sure.
baseball bat?
You want to go for that? Let's see if
I would
Iggy
love
can.
to.
Let's see if Iggy can show up. You're only going to need a 7.
Ugh, but a 4.
Oh,
But
what
there's
a
a good
good
turn,
twist.
right?
So you lunge at her with your bat, and you miss, but you manage to glance her on like her calf, and the blow is enough to throw her off kilter, and she just stumbles and misses Zambil altogether.
Ah.
Thanks, Iggy.
Hey, which one were you again?
Harmony?
No, Harmony's gone. Harmony got her
Oh.
guts ripped out. No, it's Liberty.
Harmony's dead. Liberty. Yeah. Hey, over here.
Oh, yeah. So Liberty gets back on her feet, and she's like stumbling, and she just fixes her eyes on you, on Iggy, and just starts running at you full tilt. So what
Yeah,
you
I'm
gonna do?
Literal, like, bat behind the head, like, winding up the hit. And yeah, as soon as she's close enough, I'd like Iggy to make a big ol' swing. Should I roll for that?
Yeah.
Cool. Here we go.
Ooh.
But another 3, damn it.
Bad.
So
Oh.
you swing the bat as hard as you can, and it makes contact with Liberty's skull, and it just makes this sickening crack, and the force of it you just take her head clean off.
Whoa! Grizzly.
Oh, wow.
And her body just collapses on the floor like a dead sack, and her head goes flying through the air, and then Madame Velasca freezes it in midair,
Oh no.
and the head just starts spinning like a top, like crazy fast, and then it just turns around and it just comes back at Iggy like a cannonball. So Iggy better roll.
Oh, okay. I can honestly say this has never happened to me before.
All right.
Ooh, got 11.
Iggy activates his boots and jets out of the way, and the head goes spinning past, and then just explodes all over the back of the laboratory.
Oh,
Wow.
Just like we
I'm
drew it
so
up
sorry. That's even bad.
Just like you love it when a plan comes together.
yeah.
Everything's going according to plan.
Yeah. All right, I'm unarmed. Can I take so we have a grappling hook, I assume that has some rope attached to it?
I already like where this is going.
Yeah, it does.
All right, can I whip it out and try to like wrap up Madame Velasca with it?
Yes, you can. Go for it.
Let's give it a good.
Now wait,
You have to remember, she is. Sorry.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
While
yeah, you
you're
can do
doing
something.
that, while you're doing that,
Yes.
can I sneak around and try to go for the trap?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
While
I
the
love this
distraction,
plan.
while they're distracted, there's a distraction going on. So
Yes.
what do you do?
I sneak around and go over to where the etheric. How did you say it?
Okay.
Etheric trap is.
Okay, so you open the lab door.
Yep.
Okay, so you enter the code in the lab door.
Yep.
Okay, and it hisses open. Okay, and so you go inside and hold on. What do you mean? God damn it!
I did my roll for the grapple hook there.
Yeah, but it was a success.
Yeah, but it's got another damn 3.
Oh yeah, but it's got a 3. We'll come to that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Dr. Zambil is in the in the experiment room, let's call it,
Yes.
with the spray-on fashion and the there's no time for that now.
Oh, dang it.
And the mech,
Wish it was.
the mech, which is the dodgy drug that maybe lets you control Bluetooth devices.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are 2 etheric traps.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is the other. There's the sealed hyper experimental section, which is also sealed off, and that requires a handprint scan in order to open.
And my duplication of Dr. Seversen does not. I wouldn't have her handprint, would I?
There's one way to find out.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, I need to. Are the etheric traps pretty small? Can I grab one of them?
They're about the size of a. Let's say they're about the length and the length of a laptop and about half the width of a laptop, and then they're about 4 or 5 inches tall. So they're like little, they look almost like old military ammunition boxes. Those kinds of dimensions, or a fishing tackle box.
Okay.
Except way more high tech.
Okay. Well, all right. I know where they are, and I can easily grab both of them on the way out. So let's check the handprint and see if that works.
Awesome.
Okay. So you're gonna okay. You're gonna have to roll for that.
All right. And you know how I am about rolling, so this is not going to be pretty, I bet.
That's not the worst.
There's a
trying to remember.
weir, and the
4's okay, right?
panel. The 4's good. The panel slides open,
Mhm.
and inside there's just what looks like just like a really heavy rucksack. It looks like almost like a military rucksack. It's just like this, just forest green,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems quite heavy, and it seems to contain. There seems to, when you tug at it, there seems to be several things going on in there, but it's quite heavy,
Mm.
and it's too heavy for you to move by yourself.
Okay, then I'm gonna. I know that it works, and I know how to get in.
Oh wait, no, it's just open.
Okay, well it's open. So let me grab the 2 traps and see what's going on out there.
Okay. Okay, so Rob, Joe,
Yes.
Joe, how are you doing this grappling hook? Describe it to us.
Right. So I'm just kind of like doing a whirling it around my head, and then just trying to whip it around her, and
Okay.
Batman TV show style, like catch
And
her
it
with
goes,
it.
it goes just, what are you, a 6 and a 3? It goes just like that. It goes just like that, and it goes.
Mhm.
It just wraps and wraps and wraps, just comically around her. just from her waist up, and she just stands there with her hands by her side, conveniently, and it just wraps and wraps and wraps around her,
Uh-huh.
and then she just the rope just disintegrates and shatters into dust around her,
Okay.
and
Wow.
and by this time, Mops has recovered,
Really?
and Madame Velasca, just says, please, can't we? Why are we making such a fuss here? Why are we making such a fuss? You want an etheric trap? We want the etheric trap. There's 2 etheric traps. Why do we have to fight over these things?
Well, you did attack us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Business,
trust her at all.
business is
Batman.
business, darlings.
Mops is not interested in. If he's recovered, he is growling and he is moving immediately to attack her because he does
Right.
not like what she did to him. There's
And
no
she
reason
wants
left
to
in
take
him.
your money.
Yeah, he's at this point he's much more animal than anything else.
Okay. So
All right.
Yeah.
so
Negotiations canceled.
Yeah.
there are no negotiations.
If only.
What happens on a 4 and 3?
That's a good and a bad. I'm gonna say they just cancel each other out. Okay, so that is a success. So
Okay.
how's this gonna play out, Mops?
I mean, ideally, he's just. I guess if it's just a mild success, he's at least got a good grip on her arm.
Oh, just on her arm?
Well, I mean, it's just success, right? I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to negotiate with you. I mean, if he could kill her, that's the goal.
Okay. Well, yeah, you could kill her.
Oh, that's fine.
That is a success.
All right, blood and gore.
It's a good twist. It's a good twist and a bad twist.
So good twist is she's dead in exactly the way I like. Bad twist, maybe he's a little out of control right now.
Uh-oh.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, you think he's got a bit of he's gone a bit animal?
Yeah, I mean that's to bring this all the way around to character creation. That's what I ended up making his question mark civilized.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
This
So you
could
think
be
you think maybe his roles are gonna be at a penalty here for
Perhaps.
maybe for a while?
perhaps, yeah. I mean
Maybe.
the reliving the whole like uplifting enhancement stuff.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty
Okay.
bad.
that's at least temporarily broken him.
Okay. So we're gonna say for a while then Mops will only succeed on a 9 or better. Which is gonna be rough. No
As
pun
it were.
intended.
Rough. I get it.
It wasn't deliberate.
Okay. Are those the traps? I assume the doctor is back out now.
Yes, these are the traps. However, there's I got the secret experiment room open. What do you guys think? Should we take that as well, or?
I worry about pushing our good luck too far.
Listen, Joe, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. But sometimes there's 3 birds in the bush. Let's go look.
I like your style, Iggy. Yeah. I don't know, Joe. Do you want to come with us, or are you gonna?
I suppose I would think it might be wiser to depart while success is at hand. But if you insist,
I can't believe I fucking said that. Listen,
it was very
Brent as a
persuasive.
player is like, no, we should go, but Iggy wants to.
He would totally go. Damn it!
Well, Iggy's been pretty successful so far. He fought a baboon, man. He's smart.
Yeah, really smart. All right, quickly
I'm
then.
a streetwalker cheetah with a heart full of napalm.
All right.
Oh, so you guys are going back in to get the other experiment?
Yep.
Apparently.
Well, these
Okay.
these two big strong guys have got to carry it. I got the traps.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, Joe and Iggy are easily able to grab one end of the rucksack each.
Oh, it's going to take us two of us to carry this thing?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
it's pretty heavy. It seems to have quite a bit of stuff in it.
Yiggy, I think we should, as you Americans say, haul ass.
Yeah, but we should we should call Tony spark plugs and.
I thought he was ready and waiting for us.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I thought Mops or no, Yiggy had talked to him and told him.
Yeah,
to
that
be
was
in
the
place.
idea as I understood it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How's Mops?
He's seen better
Buddy.
days. Mops, come with us. And are we gonna go just back down the way we came
Snaps
in?
his head around and growls, but yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
No, wait. Oh, how about this?
He's covered in gore.
Yes, he often is.
Yeah, this is
am I strong enough that I could hold the new device if I was like anti-grabbing my way down? It's like, can Yiggy like hold on to it by himself long enough for the descent from the top floor to the ground floor outside?
Sure. You're talking about the
The rucksack thing.
the rucksack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Iggy's a big, strong man. He can do that.
All right.
Very strong boy.
Okay. Well, he can
Okay,
have
so
those.
so Iggy's taking the rucksack and he's going. You're going out through the French windows or whatever.
Yes.
Is that how you do? Are you going outside? You're going out the window, or are
Sure
you
am.
just going back through? How are you exiting the lab?
Just through the French doors. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Iggy. Okay. And the rest of you can continue.
I still
right.
look like, I still am looking like Dr. Seversen, so I could probably just walk on out.
Yeah, we'll go with you.
I got a story too. If anybody wonders why Mops is covered in blood.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's certainly not trying to hide it.
Yep.
Okay, so we go
Okay,
down the
so
elevator thing.
You hop on the elevator and you've got Mops with you too, and you come down the elevator, and as you reach the lab access room, you are confronted by Dr. Seversen
Cool.
Is
and
she alive?
two of her security guards.
Who is that fraud?
Exactly.
Guards, arrest her.
Exactly. And I'm like, yes. Who is this imposter? I say.
The guards look extremely confused. They're like, "Oh, I'm seeing double. 3 crusties, but so 4 crusties, whatever." I blew that. But Dr. Seversen doesn't actually say anything. In fact, but she's one of the security guards immediately seeing that Dr. Zambil is holding the etheric traps. Pushes some little device on his shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear a voice just come over the building sound system that says, "Oniric alarm system activated."
That's kind of what we did.
And you notice that you just hear this. There's just this deep electrical constant hum just descends upon the whole mansion, and as this is going on, Dr. Seversen, the real Dr. Seversen.
Who could say which is the real one at this point?
Well, at this point, the personal copier is starting to fizzle, and so Dr. Zambil is flickering like a bad TV between herself and Dr. Seversen.
Perfect.
But Dr. Seversen begins to just spasm uncontrollably, and her eyes just roll back in her head, and she collapses to the floor.
Get a trap ready.
And as she collapses to the floor, the astral vampire
Trap.
rises from her.
I want to trap it. I'm going to trap it.
Oh, cool! You know how to work an etheric trap.
Trigger
Of
it.
course, I'm a scientist. No, I'm not.
There's the big button that says on.
Doesn't have a big button that says on.
Set the dial to astral vampire.
You can I believe in you.
with all my education and
The astral
No,
vampire.
puzzles and etc. and labyrinths and mazes, I should be able to figure this out.
The astral vampire just whirls around the ceiling of the room above you all, and the two security guards just flee, just in terror. So there's just the three of you and the unconscious Dr. Seversen on the floor in the
Wait,
room.
The four
And
of
the
us.
There's four of us.
Oh, there's four of you. Yes, sorry.
Oh, no. Iggy went out the French door.
Yeah, Iggy's at the French door.
Oh,
So there's only three of you and Seversen. So there's four
oh
of you.
no.
I hope you got out in time.
And so this vampire is just flying violently around the room above you, and then it plunges downwards into Mops and just vanishes inside Mops. And Mops immediately just goes bolt upright. What the hell? And then Mops, inside your head, you just hear a voice say, "Lovely doggy, lovely doggy. I have finally found my lovely doggy. Come, lovely doggy, let's go for a walk and meet your new master." And Mops just marches out of the room.
Well, shit. I mean, now what?
Okay, let's see. Let's follow Mops.
Okay, so you follow Mops, and Mops just walks very purposefully to the elevator, gets in the elevator. Before you can get to him, the elevator doors close. And so Mops, you've got this being is inside you, and you're still aware of yourself. But you have, you're still completely lucid, but you have lost all sense of physical control. And this thing just is far too powerful for you. It's just far too psychically powerful. It's like nothing you have ever felt before. And it just keeps saying to you, "Lovely doggy, good doggy. Now we go for a walk and meet your new master, and I be free." And so the elevator door opens and you find yourself in the lobby walking towards the main atrium. And you can the buzzing of the oniric alarm system is still going, and you can see that the exterior walls, all of the walls that face the exterior of the building, just look like they're made up of like neon or lasers. They almost look like Tron, like the movie Tron, and it's only the exterior wall. And they seem to like shift and kind of like blur occasionally, like a slightly like a slightly kind of out of tune TV. So they kind of jerk and stuff. And you realize that this vampire thing, you can see at the end of the lobby through the front door, you can see that there's a van parked outside at the front of the mansion. And it's got some writing on the side of it. But I think you know what the writing will say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the writing says Sylvan Pines.
Sylvan. Yep.
Yeah.
Sylvan Pines.
Mhm.
Yep.
And the voice in your head, the astral vampire says to you, "Oh, good, new master here for you. Soon we both be free. You have a new master, and I be free in the world." And it just keeps marching you forward until you just walk purposely forward, and it just keeps walking you down the atrium towards the front door. And meanwhile, we get back to you guys upstairs. So I assume you're hotly in pursuit. Was it Joe who's just in pursuit?
Well, I
No.
don't know. Do we know where that Theophilus fella is? He might know how to use this trap.
That's a good idea.
Crap. We didn't happen to see what room he was staying in or anything like that.
No. I will say, actually, when as Mops and the Astral Vampire are walking through the atrium past the lounge,
Mhm.
I believe we saw Theophilus in the lounge,
Okay.
agitatedly drowning his sorrows.
Okay.
All right,
Yes.
we're gonna go down. You're gonna keep an eye on Mops, and I'm gonna. I still have these freaking traps, and so I need to go.
Yeah,
and,
if he knows how to
just
use them.
I just have this picture of Jenny with these things under her arms. Just
Yeah.
running.
I'm gonna go get him and say, "Hey, look, here's a trap. Figure out how to use this."
And we're on the trail with the thing. Yeah, okay, I'll just try to
And
keep...
make them come with me.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
But I'll try to keep tabs on where they are, but be looking back to flag them down if Jenny and Theophilus follow me.
Well, the other thing
Okay.
too is that we gotta figure out where Iggy is too. We can't just leave the bag or whatever.
I'm hoping he got out in time. I think he would have been out the window before the trap got triggered, so he's hopefully in normal world outside, I hope.
Ooh, you might want him to be more in normal world inside. Because once he's outside, there's no getting back in. So let's go. Is you there, Brent?
Yeah, I'm here.
So
Sure,
what
I
did
just,
what did Iggy do once he landed on terra firma outside?
Well, I kind of figured that the plan was that as soon as they got outside, we would go to the van. Now, when the Nyrek defense system goes off, you said it made an audible sound.
Yep.
Okay, and I probably heard it from on this side of the wall as well.
Well, if you were outside, all of the exterior walls would have shifted.
Okay.
So once you're outside, you're outside. There's no getting back in.
Okay.
There's no getting out. Nobody gets in. Nobody gets out.
Okay.
So I'm
Alright.
giving you the opportunity here
So,
to tell
Okay, so
to tell me
listen,
what
how-
you to tell me what you did when you landed outside.
right, but how is Mops getting outside? to the van.
Yeah, I guess
Mops. He's
that's-
not there yet. He's still
Okay.
inside. He's still in the entryway. He's
Okay,
still in
okay,
the
back-
atrium,
back-
walking towards the door.
Right, back to Iggy.
Well, I'll. Hmm. I hate to turn this back around on you, Colin, but I don't know. I don't know how. Like, if we're talking just pure preference, like
Yeah.
Brent, I think Brent would prefer that Yiggy would be inside. Is that what we're asking?
I would prefer if Iggy was inside too.
Okay.
I think from a fun
that Iggy is
fun
inside.
standpoint, it would be better for Iggy to be inside.
Because
Otherwise
outside-
you'll just be sitting this out, which isn't much fun.
okay.
Well, and you would know at that
Yeah,
moment
okay.
that if you don't get back in, we're trapped inside and you can't help us. I guess would maybe be a rationale.
Yeah, let's
At which point
do
Iggy
that.
would just
Well, he also
Okay.
had, there was probably a good 5-10 minutes before that system kicked off, because you had your little scenario in the lab access room first before it got
Oh, yeah.
triggered. So there was a time frame. So let's assume that Iggy surreptitiously made his way back quickly inside and did what Iggy would do and went straight for the bar in order to celebrate his success.
yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Dropped off the bag outside,
Okay.
like once I landed, and then I went to go regroup with everybody.
I feel like I'm railroading here, which I don't particularly like, but
That,
I'd
it's
rather
really
I'd rather keep it all fun for everyone. So
no. Yeah, I think I really appreciate that because if it literally because I don't always understand the stakes, right? Like, sometimes they need to be a little spelled out. So I think in that case, I appreciate keeping Yiggy inside so that I get to be a part of the rest
okay.
of the night.
So everyone's still inside. So
Cool.
so Joe is hurrying down the hallway after Mops, and then Mops is just marching steadily towards the front door, towards the waiting van outside. And as you hit the front door, there's just a massive surge of electrical energy.
Ooh.
And the astral vampire lets out just a howling scream in your head and is sucked out of your body
Oh, nice.
and disappears into the oniric system.
Whoa.
And Mops is thrown backwards, lands on his feet, shakes himself, is very, very disoriented, and has no recollection of any event that has occurred since the lab access room.
Okay,
and just
so
where you encountered Dr. Seversen.
when I see him thrown backwards, I'll run up to him then. Mops, are you okay?
No.
Do you know what happened? The astral vampire took you over and was marching you out toward the door. It seems to did I actually see the vampire leave his body?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw.
And it just dissipated into like the electrical system in the walls.
and
just
it got
like-
sucked
just-
into
just
that
like-
moving
yes.
picture show.
Yes. And now you notice that the hum of the oniric system seems to be like more intense and is now it's throbbing like a heartbeat, which it wasn't doing before.
I think it's been turned off.
And the
Now Damon thinks the whole house has now become the vampire.
the humming becomes more intense, and you notice that there are some bewildered guests wandering around, and just an elderly Indian gentleman is nearby, and he's watching the walls, trying to figure out what's happening. And as he's doing this, this giant electrical hand reaches out from the wall
Whoa!
and just envelops him, drains him of all his energy, and then just disappears back into the wall. And he just drops like just an empty husk onto the floor.
I think everyone should move away from the door.
And
Yep.
the humming in the walls becomes more intense. And then you begin to hear screams from the grand ballroom. And as you look into the ballroom, again from the walls, there's just these giant electrical hands reaching out and draining people to just husks. And every time this happens, the humming becomes more and more intense and stronger.
Are there any security guards around?
There are no security guards. They've all been, well, there are those two. Actually, there are two security guards. There are two security guards, but they're cowering somewhere in the manor. You have no idea where they might be.
No, they're not
Can
here.
we check out the lobby booth, the security booth, and see if there's anything there to turn this thing off?
like it.
Sure. Okay, well, yeah, you go there, but I mean, you're not going to be able to really recognize anything. You don't see anything that.
Mops wants to sniff out and find deep Purushitam.
Okay, Deep is you come across Deep. He's in the lounge, talking, as luck would have it, with Thermophilus.
Okay, that's exactly. Actually, I meant the Philosopher. I said Deep. I meant him. Yes, Theophilus, we need your help. We have a trap.
Yeah, Theophilus is also. Oh, you have etheric trap?
We have a trap. Come now.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
The needs
And
of the
he's-
many outweigh the
he's-
needs of the few.
He's hugely excited. So what? You're just going to give him the trap?
No, well, I mean, we have two, right? So we're gonna be right there with him. Use it on the house.
But he just looks at you blankly and
The
says, "But-
vampire is
because-
in the house.
but I don't know how it works.
Oh God.
Why are you an idiot?
Where's Dr. Seversen?
You are supposed to be the
Dr.
professional.
Yes.
I
I
am a
thought-
professional, but I don't know how it works. I was hoping Dr. Seversen would sell me one,
What about
then-
what about
and
what's her
then
name?
it would come with instructions.
But doesn't Madame whoever that we were supposed to get this for? Won't she know?
Well,
She's not
maybe.
here.
Oh, you
Um,
mean Madame Lang? No, she was working for someone. She wanted it for someone else. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
It was another interested party that wanted it. She was just a middleman.
All right. Well then, I'm gonna go sniff out and find Seversen.
Yeah, I was just say I'm gonna dash back to where we left her. We left her back in the lab.
Oh, okay. And you find Dr. Seversen, and she's sitting on the floor in the lab access room, looking quite disoriented. And she
You
looks
need to
very,
turn
very
off your magical security system
Why-
quickly. It's attacking your guests.
What?
I can't explain, but you need to turn it off quickly. The astral vampire is taking it over. Just go with me on this. People are dying as we speak.
Okay, so
I'm gonna use all my Habsburg persuasion here.
you help Dr. Seversen to her feet, and she takes out a device from her pocket, and she starts entering codes into it, and then she looks very frustrated, and she tries it again,
Oh shit!
and she tries it again, and she says, I don't know what's happening. I can't turn it off.
Then we'll need you to operate your etheric trap. We pulled it out
What?
to try to save everyone. We
What?
don't know how it works.
Okay. Okay. So that's okay. So
We were definitely not stealing them. That's for certain. I don't say
We may
that.
have looked bloody, and we may have come from your thing carrying all of your stuff.
what happened in my laboratory? Why Why is my laboratory full of dead women?
They had broken in and were trying to steal everything. Then the astral vampire came out of you. That's when the chuds attacked.
And you stopped them?
Yes, for now, but this
Oh.
astral vampire has gone out of control.
Thank you. Thank you. I owe you so much.
With your
Did
attention to
did
be-
as long as nothing was stolen, we should be safe.
Nothing of significance that I could see.
Okay. You said you have etheric traps? Why?
There was no time to waste.
Okay. Show me. Lead the way.
Okay.
These
We'll
are
bring
going
her
to
back
look
to-
something like your trap.
So you go back into the lobby, you get in the elevator, you go down the elevator. So
what are you doing after the astral attack?
oh, not much. Maybe we have a cabin in the wood. Okay, it opens. Okay, you're in the lobby, and there's this electrical hand. There's just husks of bodies everywhere, and now the walls are beginning to the walls don't even look like walls anymore. They're just fluid electricity, and you can occasionally see just a giant eye that views everybody. And the whole house just seems to be saying, "Ooh, delicious, delicious peoples," and
Column?
these terrible. No, it's column. Just these terrible, electrical hands, just draining everybody, and then standing in the middle of all this apparently is Mops, who's with the etheric traps, waiting for you.
All right.
Hey, what
Okay.
happened to me? I'm the one with the traps.
Yeah, she had the trap
Okay.
set.
Oh yeah, you're still there too. Okay.
Yes.
I'm confused. There's so much going on here. Okay. So so you want Dr. Seversen to activate the trap, one of the
Yeah.
traps?
Worth a
Okay,
shot.
so she gets down on her knees and she starts fiddling with it, and the box hums into life, and the top just separates, elevates, and opens up, and there's just a bright white light inside the box, and
If this doesn't work, we're fucked.
Dr. Severson is just shaking her head, and Timmy Tope kneels down beside her, and the two of them are just arguing furiously.
We don't have
And-
time for this.
And Timmy Tope says, "This is not going to work. It's not powerful enough. It needs more energy. This trap is simply not powerful enough. There's no way it can contain we need to draw this vampire out of the Oniric system somehow.
How about one of
We
those
need- we
Akashic
need-
waves?
We need to isolate it. We need to find a way to isolate it, and then we can possibly trap it. But there's no way we can use this until we get that damn vampire out of the wall somehow."
I'm out of ideas. How about an Akashic wave?
Is
Did
there
some-
some
did-
over the
did
edge
someone-
bullshit that might help?
Deep sticks his head out of the lounge and says, "Did someone say Akashic wave?"
Why not give it a shot? Maybe an Akashic wave could bounce this thing out of the walls.
My friend. Oh, you wish to attempt an Akashic wave? Quickly, I will summon my brothers. And he gets on his cell phone, and before you know it, there's 11 other young, enthusiastic Indian guys all ready to do this Akashic wave.
That's worth a shot.
All right.
And so they
Yiggy's
all
Like, all right, how do we do this?
they all get in a circle, and how does the Akashic wave work? I know you have to ingest something. So because everything
Yiggy's in.
everything good involves ingesting something.
Yep, Yiggy's in.
You had him and ingest something.
So yeah, it's a drug called DMT. And
Yep.
so you all sit in a circle. Meanwhile, there's all this mayhem going on. But as you ingest the DMT, you link hands with Deep and with the gentleman to your right. And as you ingest the DMT, all of the chaos around you just evaporates. And all you're aware of is just the 12 of you sitting in this circle. And so you can hear Deep speaking to you in your mind. And what they're attempting to do is create this self-sustaining hyper-consciousness ring. Will that do you, Damon?
Again?
A
I want you to say it all again.
a self-sustaining hyper-consciousness ring that transcends space-time.
Mhm.
Nice.
Is
course.
that over the edge bullshit enough for you?
I think so.
Okay, we're good then.
I'm gonna need to borrow that and put it in the center of my labyrinth.
Nice.
Anyway,
And as the rest of you standing around, notice this growing ball of energy in the circle of the 12 guys sitting on the floor in the lobby. And the ball, it's a very gentle white ball of light, and it gets larger and larger.
What do you
And
in
then
shape or color?
oh, it's just pure white. And then it just explodes over the lobby and dissipates through the walls. And as it does that, the walls, the entire manor begins to just vibrate. The whole mansion vibrates. And you can hear just agonized screaming coming from within the manor. And then the astral vampire surges out of the ceiling above you and just flies madly around the lobby. And
There it is.
the humming of the oniric system seems to be returning to normal. And Dr. Seversen is again taps madly on her cell phone, and as she does, the oniric system just shuts down completely.
and where's the vampire?
So
Can we
the
capture
vampire
it?
is still spinning madly around the room, and it's much larger than it was before. It's not mansion size, but it's still much larger, and it is still in a feeding frenzy, and it begins to feed on Deep's colleagues and starts to drain them one by one. It can't
Open
do
the
it. It
trap.
can't do it as ferociously as before.
Quick, catch it.
Oh,
I say to
so you
Theophilus.
okay? So Dr. Zambil opens the trap again, opens one of the etheric traps again.
Oh, I know how
and
to do it now?
As she does, yeah, because
mean
you observe
Seversen?
you
Oh,
observe
okay.
Seversen.
Okay.
So somebody opens it,
Mhm.
and as it opens, it just the light just surges from it, and immediately latches on to the astral vampire, and drags it towards the trap. And then it's just the astral vampire is suspended about 6 feet above the trap, and it is just lashing out violently at all of you. And the trap is just shaking furiously on the ground, and sparks are beginning to fly from it. And Temitope is just going insane. He's just like, it's not strong enough. There's no way this is going to work. It's the vampire is far too powerful for it. It's still not strong enough to capture this thing. We need more energy we need more energy to contain this thing.
All
Is
right.
there another kind of wave?
This is the only
then-
thing I can think of. Are you going on, Colum, or can I throw out a suggestion?
Dr. Seversen says there is an additional experiment I was working on in order to boost the power of these traps. But it's deeply unstable. I have never tested it.
Where is it? We'll go get it for you.
It's back up in the lab. It's in a protected area. It needs my handprint in order to open. I need to go back to the lab and get it.
Yes, you do that. Is the oniric system down now?
Yes, the oniric system is down.
Hey, okay, so she's running back to the lab.
Yes.
So
and this vampire is still like just lashing out at you.
Okay. Real quick, hey team, huddle up. So we could run away now with the other trap. Or we could grab that rucksack power source, I guess, out of the van. Your call.
I don't like the vampire. I will go and fetch the power source.
Okay. Okay, so Mops goes out and drags in the rucksack.
Because we saw the movers throw it out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What?
The movers.
Oh, very, very good. There you go. There you go. You get your story right.
Yeah.
Save the day, and incriminate someone else. How American
Classic.
of you.
Okay.
Okay. So you drag the rucksack back into the lobby, and you open it up, and there are 4 what appear to be backpacks
No.
with
Fuck you.
with
Come
with,
on.
Oh my
with-
god, yes!
with cables extending from them into
Yes.
these
Wait,
kind
I've
of
never seen anything like this.
gun-like objects.
Are these like drinking straws?
Do they look like drinking straws? No, they look more like kind of vacuum cleaner
Vacuum
tubes.
cleaners. Yeah. I'm not sure what everybody's feeling all excited about.
Are there khaki uniforms with a cartoon ghost and a red circle with a line through?
Don't be ridiculous. That would be absurd. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? You
I
do
think
notice that
He's crying.
the vampire appears to be getting stronger, and the etheric trap is now just glowing orange and seems to be overheating terribly. So I don't think you have
Yeet.
too much time here.
No, Yiggy straps on one of those proton packs and he runs over and he
Oh, it's a
feels a
pro.
dream is what he does.
Okay.
I'll help
Yes.
with that.
Across the
Going across the screens.
Okay. So you both so the two of you fire up these what did you call them, proton packs? Okay, and these beams of electricity shoot out and they latch onto the vampire, and the vampire just and it seems to be working. It just seems to shrink it and make it go lower and into the towards the etheric trap. But it doesn't look like 2 will
God
be
damn it.
enough.
All right, I saw how they put them on, so I'll do the same.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Carefully copying what I saw them do, because it makes no
Okay.
sense to me.
Okay, so the 4 of you fire them up, and the entire lobby is now just lit up with electricity, and the vampire is almost in the trap, but it's still, and you just hear Temitope go, It's still not working. It's still not enough.
Did somebody
And
punch
then
him?
behind you, Dr. Seversen, the elevator doors open, and Dr. Seversen says, "Oh, you found them. No, you need to cross the streams."
Yes. Yes, of course. Yes,
Of
of
course
course.
we do.
Okay,
I
so
predicted that. I said we should cross the streams.
so you
Alright.
cross the streams. Okay, now you're all gonna have to roll 2d6.
All right.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. You're
Okay.
not. You're not.
Oh, I was into it.
Ah,
just
me too.
There's just just the vast amount of energy, and then the vampire just disintegrates into the etheric trap. The trap just snaps shut, and the beams just shut off. And then the entire mansion just descends into disoriented silence.
Is everybody in the ballroom covered in marshmallow?
No,
Alright.
most of them
Sorry.
are just desiccated husks of people. It's
Well.
quite grim. It's quite grim in there. And so Dr. Seversen arrives and goes, "What the hell? What the hell just happened here? Someone needs to explain what is going on. All of my security team are dead. All of my etheric traps are missing."
As we said, Madame Velasquez and her associates had broken into your lab. They had thrown this bag of these devices out to the side. We didn't know what to make of it out the window. We didn't know what to make of it at the time, but it fit the description of what you were looking for. Yes, are your guards well?
All of my guards are dead.
Hmm.
I will have to hire new ones.
What's a bother?
But I have no. But this etheric. And then she says, "Hold on. Where's the etheric trap?" And you all look down, and the etheric trap is gone, and Temitope is also gone. And
The
then
one
you hear
that caught the astral vampire is gone?
You hear a squeal of tires outside, and as you look out the door, you see Temitope in his little Miata speeding away.
Does Dr. Zanvil still have... Did he take the one that we caught that vampire
He
was
did.
caught in? Okay.
He did.
So Zanvil still has the other one, right?
Yep.
She does.
Okay. Well, that's good enough then.
I did have another one.
He must have grabbed both of them. That fiend.
I will hunt him down. I will spare no expense hunting him down. And then she's quickly distracted by Deep and says, "Mr. Purushottam, I am fascinated by your Akashic wave studies. You must tell me more about them. Perhaps we could work together and I could provide funding." And Deep is like, "Oh," Deep is like in his element that somebody is finally paying attention to his Akashic wave theories.
If we get to the van right now, we might be able to catch the vile Dr. Temitope and retrieve perhaps one of those astral traps. Ethereal traps.
Did he take? Did he take both? I thought you were just lying that he took both.
Yes, but now I'm saying this thing out loud that if we get in the van now, we can try to catch him.
Oh, wink, wink. Okay, I get you. I get you.
Let's go.
Well,
specifically,
Dr.
just the four
Seversen.
of us and no one else.
Yes.
Yeah. Agree.
Okay, well, Dr. Seversen is distracted. Okay, so you make your way outside. The white van from Sylvan Pines.
Mm-hmm.
I should have pointed out that when Mops hit the oniric trap with the vampire, once they saw that go down, that van sped away.
Excellent.
Cool.
So you're just getting the hell out of there?
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
So
we have our...
got what we came for.
Yeah.
So you make it down. You make it down into the parking lot at the front of the mansion, and as you're getting down there, a long stretched limousine with tinted windows pulls up slowly in front of you, and the passenger side window comes down, and you see Madame Lang, and she says, "Did you get it, my darlings?"
And I motion under my arm. Yeah, here it is.
How do we know it's the real
And
Dr.
then-
Lang? There's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
And then she turns her head back towards the back seat of the limousine and says, "It appears they have it. Shall we proceed?" And then she looks at you and she indicates with her head that you should all get in the back of the limousine, and the passenger window goes back up. And then
Yeah.
the back door opens up, so you all get in.
Mhm.
So you all get into the limousine. As the limousine starts driving away, you find yourselves sitting in the back seat, and there in the back, looking very, very dapper and resplendent, and very, very wealthy, is Tony Sparkplugs.
Yeah!
And it says, "How is? How's it going?"
It's been a pretty good night, Tony. I gotta tell you. It has been a pretty good night.
Well, I see as I've managed to do the business, so they say. And our employers are very happy with the results. And they're wondering if you would possibly be interested in doing some more business with us in the future here. We noticed a little bird told us that you've got an invitation to Sylvan Pines for a bit of celebrity rest and relaxation.
Yes, we do.
Our employers
A little growl from Mops.
Our employers are very interested in a certain individual at Sylvan Pines and what that individual is doing. And I think you, Herr Macker, and you, Your Imperial Majesty, would be very interested in knowing what this person is up to also. I think it would be beneficial for us. It would be beneficial for you, and it would be beneficial for the island of Amarja and possibly the world in general.
Hmm.
So, would you all be interested?
Certainly.
That sounds exciting.
Excellent.
Yeah, man.
Excellent. So now, should we go to Sad Mary's and get fucking wrecked?
Hell yeah.
All right, Madame Lang. Set the controls for Sad Mary's. And the car drives away, its headlights disappearing over the rural hills and abandoned tank entrenchments of Amarja. The end.
Cool.
Yay.
Yay! We made a heist. It worked.
Yeah. I'm surprised it went as closely to our plan as it did.